Hey everyone, so I've been having massive anxiety at the moment. Found myself crashing to the floor at my mum's house. I was in her kitchen and I was literally just crumpled on the kitchen floor. Exercise massively helps my anxiety, but what did dawn on me during my spin class is I'd had some energy drink this morning, sugar free, but then I realised how much of a crutch caffeine has become in my life. And when you've got bad anxiety, caffeine is not good. Changes often cause me anxiety, but I've dealt with it by vlogging, doing my work, focusing on tidying up and decluttering and hitting my goals, and actually been quite grateful that I don't have to go out in this weather. I've been to swim hit this morning as that's really helped my anxiety, even though I don't feel like it, and I didn't sleep enough last night because I was starting this self-care challenge. Hey everyone, so I've been having massive anxiety at the moment, but more on my anxiety tack later as I'm rushing off because I'm always late, and that causes me anxiety because I put too much on my plate. But I have been to the gym this morning, so I feel a lot better, even though my body is physically not wanting to go. I always feel better after a run, even in this miserable, rainy, windy, horrid English weather. I hate it. I need to move to a hot country. But because my cortisol stress hormone is so high on the morning, I need to go and do some exercise. So I did the school run, which I get sad about because then I don't see the girls for a while. And then went to the gym and then worked from home. So I do feel better, and I'm off out to a meeting now. But I had a really bad anxiety attack at the weekend, but I'll tell you about that next. So at the weekend I found myself feeling really physically poorly. We'd had a really fun time at a dance, but then it felt like a sugar crash, but actually I found myself crashing to the floor at my mum's house. I was in her kitchen and I was literally just crumpled on the kitchen floor, and I was sobbing, I was wailing like, I don't know, a slaughtered animal. I was curled up on a ball onto her floorboards whilst the kids were playing with my mum upstairs, and I just could not cope. The world felt like it was spinning around me. I was literally hurling, and what I now realise was an anxiety attack. It had been a build-up because it was my eldest daughter's birthday party on the Sunday, so this was Saturday night, and all the different family dynamics, the pressure of a party, a really tumultuous year of lots of people not knowing my real story, but also wanting to remain dignified and protecting my children from the kind of wrath of telling the truth, of me telling the truth and speaking out too much. It's better for me just to stay quiet and know that the truth always comes out in the end, and the truth will set you free. But it's hard. It's really hard, and it's really hard to also go through what you go through in your personal life and then just be judged and slaughtered by society. And it's like if you've ever had one of those nightmares where you want to scream but your voice gets trapped inside you, that's what it can feel like. And I think it's been a build-up of all different emotions and not being able to let them out. Like, I really manage it well with my mental health and through my fitness, my positive support network around me, my writing, my work, my dancing, my community work. So I do manage most of the time, but you can't help but get this pent up, like, frustration isn't really the word because I don't really get angry or frustrated. I just feel like my voice is trapped inside, and when you can feel the judgment of people, and knowing that it's my daughter's party and all the different pressures that brings, yeah, I found myself just crumpled, sobbing, and my little brother found me and I was just a mess. I couldn't move. But that is living with anxiety, and not just anxiety, but that was an anxiety attack, which is slightly different from a panic attack, because anxiety attacks are triggered either by a certain thing or a build-up, whereas panic attacks can just come like that for no reason whatsoever, whereas anxiety attacks can be less severe than panic attacks but for longer periods, or it can be just as severe but for a longer period. So yeah, that was me Saturday night. Hey everyone, so I look rough as I've just been to the gym, but I've done my abs spin and what did I do? Yoga class. Exercise massively helps my anxiety, but what did dawn on me during my spin class is I'd had some energy drink this morning, sugar free, but then I realised how much of a crutch caffeine has become in my life, and when you've got bad anxiety, caffeine is not good. But I do love coffee, so I don't want to punish myself and not let myself drink coffee, but at the same time, energy drinks I really shouldn't be crutching on, and I think I've been thinking that they're helping me with my energy to train harder, but actually I realised during the spin, because they're giving me palpitations, they probably actually make me train not as hard, because my anxiety is already feeling bad, and then I'm having energy drinks, and I haven't been like wanting to change it because I did think they were helping me train, but as my mental health nurse did say that they are not good for my anxiety, and so I am going to try my best. Next week I've got an accountability buddy, and that helps my anxiety, setting goals and planning out my week with my friend Jordan Wake, who's a fashion designer, check her out. But this week I'm going to try and cut down on them, so I'm not going to have any more today, because actually once I've downed loads of water I do feel a lot better. But I am going to have coffee still. Gosh, this girl needs coffee, but at the same time I need to try and replace those, and then next week I'm going to try and cut them out totally, fingers crossed, because what I also found last week was when I dance I tend to drink them because I don't want to eat before I dance, because then I feel sick. But actually once you've got adrenaline and stuff you don't need them. I think they've just become a bit of a placebo, so they're gonna go. Anyway, I need to get a shower and look kind of half decent, because another form of anxiety for me is escapism and having fun, and I'm off to the theatre later, but I've got loads of work to do, so I need to crack on with that. I've also had to say no to go to a social church group that I normally go to on a Tuesday, because part of my anxiety is putting too much on my plate. So even though I love going, I need to say no, because one, I've got a workman coming to do my housework, not to do anything, that sounds dodge, but I have also got so much on my plate today, so I need to say no more, so that really helps anxiety too. So I don't believe in just cutting stuff out, so sparkling water is going to replace my energy drink, and so is coffee. I've also bought some limes as well to put in to spruce it up a bit, so hopefully that will help the anxiety. It's fate, my energy drink just fell out of the fridge and flew everywhere, goddamn. Hey everyone, so my theatre plans changed as the date of the show has changed, and changes often cause me anxiety, but I've dealt with it by vlogging, doing my work, focusing on tidying up and decluttering and hitting my goals, and actually been quite grateful that I don't have to go out in this weather. I'm also going to try and get an early-ish night. I'm gonna have a relaxing bath with aromatherapy oils, that is, not, I ain't got a masseuse on hand unfortunately, and then I'm up early because morning's the best time for me to exercise, to get out that anxiety on a morning, and I'm going to swim HIIT, which is basically high intensity interval training in and out of a very cold swimming pool at a very early time in the morning, but I always feel amazing after. So it is worth it, but I don't enjoy it. But I'm going to prepare tonight, so I'm not anxious about it and being late. I have to also set about 3 alarms or 4 or 5 normally, because I'm a bit of a snoozer, although I am trying this miracle morning technique. Good morning everyone. So I've been to Swim Hit this morning, as that's really helped my anxiety, even though I don't feel like it, and I didn't sleep enough last night because I was starting this self-care challenge. So I have started with an accountability buddy each Monday, as I said. So one of my things, and on my self-care calendar, day 1 is also goal setting and planning. So rather than going straight onto my laptop, because I normally do that on the morning because that's my favourite bit, is writing, I've made myself actually set my goals and also do my to-do list and my calendar to get myself a bit more organised so I don't feel as overwhelmed, and that does help kind of allay some of your anxieties. And also having my friend here, Daria, who edits these vlogs today, just kind of having a human being to work with and talk to really helps. And now I'm off to the skin doctor for a hydrofacial, so that kind of pampering self-care massively helps. So I'd love to know what helps you if you also suffer from anxiety. Interestingly, last week I'd be getting like really bad pains in my limbs and stuff, and I've had lots of tests, but the doctor so far thinks it's mainly as a result of really bad severe anxiety, which I find really strange, but it just goes to show how much it can impact your physical health, so it really is worth investing in your mental health. Anyway, that's all this week. Please do subscribe and share away. Peace, love and shimmy.